everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today in this short video I'm talking about houseplants inside of the fish tank, and I just wanted to show you my small planted tank that has a few immersed plants. So only the roots of the plants are immersed in the water itself and the leaves are sticking outside. As you can see, I have two pieces of pothos and one small piece of bamboo plant. So these pothos I started about a couple of weeks ago. I actually put both of them in there. They were just cuttings, and as you can see, the one on the right has a lot of roots already. Now it was planted in the water before and it already had some of the roots, but when I placed it in the fish tank it started taking off. And as you can see here, I have another small plant that I just recently added. That's bamboo. It doesn't have roots yet, but it's been added only like a couple of days ago, so I'm still waiting for it to produce some roots. Ever since I started this hobby, I noticed that everywhere online, on YouTube and Facebook and all over the internet, there are a lot of people growing houseplants immersed in aquarium water. And I really was attracted by the aesthetic look of it, and I had no idea that it actually serves the purpose of removing nitrates from the water, thus helping to keep water in a better condition. So this little pothos on the right, I just planted only like a couple of weeks ago, and it only had 2 leaves. When I first attached it to the aquarium, I used the wire and a suction cup, and this 3rd leaf came up in like no time. So it is just in 2 weeks it grew one whole big leaf. The second cutting of the pothos, it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit slower because it was a little bit more limp when I placed it in the aquarium. It was originally planted in the soil, but it did not like that because it was rooted in the water, and for some pothos plants it is harder to start growing in the soil after they were rooted in the water. So I took it out, rinsed the roots off, and placed in a tank. So this 3rd plant that I have here is bamboo cutting. It does not have any roots yet because I just recently placed it like 2 or 3 days ago. But as you can see, it's doing well. It's not wilting or anything. And I'm hoping for it to produce roots and produce new leaves. Although I know that this particular type of a tape plant, which is technically not bamboo, it takes a little bit to grow. It's a pretty slow grower. So this is how my planted tank looks right now. I did raise a driftwood a little bit higher out of the water so that my betta fish has more room to swim in the tank, and so that I have also more space for planting more plants. Kind of redundant, but yeah, planting more plants in the tank. So right now I have 2 pothos cuttings and 1 bamboo that are immersed, and I'm hoping that they will help to improve water quality over time, and also they will thrive because like the fish byproduct has a lot of nutrients for the plants, which helps them to grow faster and more lush and beautiful. And here on the left I have a plant that's a house plant. It's sitting in the pot outside of the tank with leaves just a little bit overhanging over the water. So it creates this cute secluded corner in the one area of the tank which my betta really likes. I have suspicion he kind of dragged those water lettuce plants that were all over the tank into that area. And from time to time he actually makes a bubble nest in that corner. I think it's his favorite corner. So here I'm gonna move camera a little bit closer for you to see it a little bit better. You can see some water lettuce. I had a lot of duckweed as well. Right now there's not much left because I have suspicion that shrimp actually ate all of my duckweed, and it kind of happened almost overnight. And over here you can see my really nice fat mystery snail, which I was told was the apple snail, but technically it is still mystery snail. It's just the, I guess, coloring of it is called apple snail. And here is my little betta hanging out by the water surface eating his freeze-dried bloodworms. That's his dinner time right now. He really likes to hide behind those pothos roots on the right, and I actually noticed that he really loves swimming around the tank and just discovering little nooks and crannies. Like he would go in between the driftwood branches and he would like stick his nose behind it, and he's like trying to, I guess, discover new places in the tank. So eventually I'm hoping to give him a bigger tank and add more plants on top and inside of the tank itself. Right now I only have one Amazon sword growing there with some dwarf hair grass and a couple of pieces of hornwort swimming around. I did plant some baby tears, but they kind of got lost between water changes and didn't take the root. I only have one little patch left right now, and I do want to add more of the plants on the bottom of the tank. And also I'm hoping that my water lettuce and duckweed would recover and grow really nicely so that he has a little bit more area to hide. But right now it looks like our little Drakosha enjoying his new home quite a bit, because he keeps building his little bubble nest about once a week. And since I raised the driftwood a little bit higher, it gave me more floor space on the bottom of the aquarium, so I'm hoping to get more plants planted inside of the tank so he could have more of the bushy area that he likes to hang out in.